the Chief Justice, the NPP, they have come together. Godfrey Dame, Afenyo Markin, Ekufuado, Baomiamo, and Omasuma Jimmy way, de bia ye pekwasiafo, ewo MPP moa, de bia ye kwa santimemu ye nyakwasiya bako. They just want to do what? Sabotage the system. My question to these people, then they say, if you have gone to court, to the Supreme Court to stop President Mahama from removing, where in this country, document Ben John Mahama is removing the Chief Justice. And then if the president forwards a petition to the Council of State, does it mean the president is removing the Chief Justice? Boy, we using the enemy, your friend no Edian, Echo BB. Now, what he's done is say, MP for Old Tafo, de Biamu for Santimemu. Yes, I didn't know why MP for Old Tafo, Vincent Asifwa, goes to Supreme Court to stop President Mahama from removing Torkonoo as CJ. This is moot, even in the first place. Because at this point, what has been established that the Chief Justice is going to be removed. Until you prove to me that there is evidence, something has been established that the Chief Justice, based on that evidence, she's going to be removed. Do you know anything? And it's exactly 6:03 p.m., 10 p.m. in Ghana. You have 45 minutes to complete this show tonight. And it's got to do with the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Torkonoo. And the Asama Abetoho Ninina say, the Chief Justice of Ghana, about 2 days ago, and it is say, President of the Republic, President John Mahama, I can't say me or say, Nipa be miensa the petition be abreno. Na petition no, petition be a ono president there, only to me so obedi hu dwuma sisia if you say, Emra no emma no ho kwan. If you say ono president, oni saa to me na e was okasa petition no mahwem na mehwehwe mu wie na mabehu se chief justice odifo ana odibem. Emra no so ebo Ghana ho bra na kire se saa asem ne se bi si a e was president no or this saa petition no edema Council of State. Now Council of State for and I was say omuhwehwem pensem. Now so omuhwem no mo pensem hu se saa petition de emu owiram ye hu ne say I say chief justice ne wa kan adwem anas oye nyoma bi a eye niamo ho sem a now na omo de aba president and sana president at committee na committee no so atenase na ya toto chief justice ano internum no ye betumi e de eye sobo de ade abo chief justice no ye betumi de amon say ya bow sobo inti committee no eduru wa na chief justice e wo say ye to nsafre no na ye kan say sobo we na manfo bi de abo inti wa no yi a be yi ano sa na process ne tie na am kai say na Ekufuado eye president no the same petition amanfo bi di ebi ebre Ekufuado say only mra no so na ye nhwe at least oma Ghanaians the benefit of the doubt na oma eye the Council of State so enhwe krata nim we eye 2025 Ekufuado dismisses petition for Chief Justice's removal. Until late December, and Ekufuado enya petition say Chief Justice wayen nyome bia etia na adwuma na woye no. Na sebio emra ne kire say Nana Danko Ekufuado uni tumi a sebio obeka the Chief Justice wahwe krata na odifo ana onifo. Na emra no ana constitution kire say e wo se woni Council of State for dwene ho. Nti wo se wo de ma Council of State no mo so hwam. Na omo hwam no mo say engyinaso bi anima o metumi no ahye nyansa adwene agasa Mr President we de engyinaso nim enti ka kire Ghana for say woni adwene ho engyinaso ni so enti why den wato atwene na Nana Danko Ekufuado ya de petition ma no sebio woni Council of State for ko ndi nkomo e no to twene ye now abaya sesa e na Ghana for mutua taxes Ghana for a almost yawo mo Ghana omo ya Ghana fo a omo ka ehuma ya chichire man say omo actual petition akoma the President of the Republic say Mr President John Mahama Chief Justice Torkonoo in the past waye nyoma bi asa nyoma na waye no entwa yie nyoma bi a waye no etia eyeden constitution no nyoma bi a waye no etia ne office na oyeden otia no into Mr President yenim say uni to me obetuma de krata we ahwem apam Chief Justice na emom constitution ma ho kwan say kebi mami kebi ene se nea obebu eye Ghana mranti e wo se wo ma eye den eye Council of State so enya krata we no muhwehwem na Council of State fo nya krata no muhwehwem a no mu se asem aye kan e wo nyina so a eno na Chief of Council of State for no ene what na se na what committee a sebio omobeye mpensempense mu na nkasa ehu se Chief Justice e wo se e bono sobo ana se ni se e bono sobo. Now anka asem we de anka simple inti ka hwema stage 1 president ne petition na stage 2 na wahwem stage 3 no the Council of State so omuso nhwem stage 4 se Council of State for hwem no mu se ngina so ma stage 5 no ma president wo stage 6 no na tena sem sa president they say they say I say ngina so kakra wo stage 7 na president no at committee na sa committee ni judge for te so Ghana for a omunya law so te so ena mpanifo bi a omuso hia te so na stage 8 sa committee no ato omun sa for Chief Justice no sa committee na so ebetumi de asem na omugina so ayom pensem no e de soma Chief Justice je na we ene asem ya ka to so stage 9 na Chief Justice na ba na stage 10 omaka say udi for ana undi for stage 11 ni apamo no eno anu no e simple Ghana constitution is ana kire na so Chief Justice yanim se wadi bone na osuro se onim se jumadi ade man no sa jumadi ade man no wetietie nipa fa ahudie so ana se wabu mmra so Chief Justice no aye se ware eye de anoma ana se wetutu anoma e na ode abekire se aboa beni Chief Justice as ware anoma bi na esoso ne daye Chief Justice no me no woka say petition yere koma Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from 2024 to 2025 Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo sheda leaky petition no unma de current leaky petition no o leaky sa petition we because na opese Chief Justice no any idea of the allegations against her when we say yes nipa me such petition but ever since there obi ehun the petition it is because emrano kire say until a committee is set by the president and that committee at the end of the day decides to show the Chief Justice the allegations against her no the Chief Justice who allegations have been leveled against her no cannot know the allegations. You can't. You can only know the allegation after a prima facie case has been established for the committee to be put together to look into it. It is so far no and the petition cannot be leaked or cannot be shown to the Chief Justice, and then they say you are not supposed to have a pre-knowledge of the allegations, because the moment you get pre-knowledge of the allegations against you, you will prepare yourself for questioning. Into Sebio 1 year gubebi akwa paper. Sebio so adu so gubebi akwa paper. So it is clear that what the president is doing, the president of the Republic of Ghana, is going by the laws of this country. You cannot jump gun and tell the president to say, you know something, I want to know the allegations. Samiti yakasa obi akoto muna na minim samento muna no. Samiti asori dem ne yaka muna tofo a mini problem na me regam. Samiti asori dem ne yaka se ye pa o mama ko wia bidie a me wia bidie nti emfa me ho. E kire wako wia bidie ne yaka se mo amwo ha mo wia bidie no ye bebo mpa na oyem hihyew. The Chief Justice, if she is not guilty of anything, she should not even worry herself. She is supposed to allow the process to work. But the Chief Justice is doing something. What the Chief Justice is doing is say she is rather trying to create a bad name for the government. She is using the NPP to basically make the government look like say they are against her. A Chief Justice should understand say process is very important when it comes to law. Due process is the first thing when it comes to you understanding what we call law. It is looking like our Chief Justice, Madam Torkonoo, does not want due process to work. Including the why Madam Torkonoo and the MPP, no, they want to disrupt the system. They want to disrupt the process. The due process, no, the Chief Justice indirectly wants to use the MPP, former Attorney General, Godfrey Damina Nanase, no, on the and these MPP MPs, they want to sabotage due process. And how are they doing it? This is what Madam Torkonoo, and from what we are seeing, this is what they are trying to do. One, Madam Torkonoo today woke up this morning, say, give me copies of the 3 petitions seeking my removal and at least 7 days to respond to content to petition. Madam Torkonoo Kache John Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, say, and the arrogance in her letter, or Kache President say, give me the petition. Madam, when prosecutors stand before you, do they give you every details of their case? It is due process. When a prosecutor or a lawyer stands before you, Madam Torkonoo, in your court, when they come to court the same day, do they present all evidence to you? There's a reason why when even lawyers are before you, they don't give you everything, because it will depend what their opponent, what the other party will say. That will call for what they need to bring out. Some lawyers have about 15 evidence in their closet. They decide to use one at a time. The reason is that they are also being careful about the move of their opponent. Now, if you are not guilty, why are you in a rush to see the allegations against you? Because as we speak, Madam Torkonoo, so when you're guilty about anything, why are you in a rush? Especially when you know due process, when you know how the law works. The president does not have the power to release allegations. The president needs to consult with the Council of State. The Council of State need to establish a prima facie case. When they get to that point, the president will have to put together a committee. When it gets to the committee level, then the committee will have the right to give you allegations to look at. Now, the issue is, why should we give you allegations for you to have a full knowledge of the crimes you've committed? Because you are in the capacity to clean any crime that you have committed. You are the head of Ghana's judiciary. And to say, and all the allegations, you have all the powers to do what? To clean your ass. So why don't you have patience? Why don't you wait? Why don't you let due process work? Why are you rubbing shoulders with the president? Why are you trying to act like you are powerful than the president? Why are you trying to use political dogs like political dogs like these MPP boys to distract a process? Because from what I am seeing from the president, John Dramani Mahama is trying to protect you, Madam Torkonoo, unless your guilt is basically fighting you. Because if the president did not want to protect you, the president would have connived with the state, with the Council of State, and then take a decision without anybody knowing. The president could have skipped the Council of State and ignore every Ghanaian and say, let the committee come together. But I think the president believes until you are proven guilty, you as we speak, you are not a criminal. Until you are proven guilty, you as we speak, you are still the Chief Justice of Ghana. So what are you scared of? What are you scared of? Because the President of the Republic basically wants to protect you. He wants to protect your integrity. He is giving you the room to clean yourself. He is giving you the room for the process to work so that nobody can, at the end of the turn around and malign you. That is why he wants a fair process. And this is a case here. John Mahama is trying to protect the Chief Justice, because if the president was against the Chief Justice, if he wanted to take out the Chief Justice, the president would have been like a Kufuor Kwasiampe, he will not listen to anybody. The next day we hear the president has seen the Council of State, he has put together a committee, Chief Justice, you are going to be fired. No, the president said, I am in consultation, meaning the president is still talking to the Council of State. Nothing has been established yet. The document is still being looked at. So why are you in a rush to tell the president to give you the allegations to see? Have you committed a crime? Maybe you have committed a crime. Maybe you have abused the office. Maybe you were too political. Maybe you know that your embarrassment is coming. Maybe you know so what dibonibi. Now this is what the Chief Justice is doing. The Chief Justice is trying to disrupt a due process. Supreme Court, there's due process. And the Chief Justice knows due process than anybody in Ghana. Into Busango say, at the Chief Justice, the whole premise, now the NPP, they have adopted a strategy, and Afenyo Markin is behind it. Maybe I make a semi actual, I couldn't tell they are doing what they are doing. You see what they are doing now? The NPP, they have decided to go to courts. Boy, we using the enemy, your friend no Edian, Echo BB. Now, what he's done is say, MP for Old Tafo, de biamu fra santimemu. Yes, say adene de wa winim. MP for Old Tafo, Vincent Assefuwa, goes to Supreme Court to stop President Mahama from removing Torkonoo as CJ. This is moot, even in the first place. Because at this point, what has been established that the Chief Justice is going to be removed. Until you prove to me that there is evidence, something has been established that the Chief Justice, based on that evidence, she's going to be removed. Do you know anything? It is the same way the IGP and Kwasi for the court. Because the president has not even taken the decision yet. But in Kwasi for the court say we are preventing it. And the question here is, what shows to say the Chief Justice is going to be removed? The Chief Justice, the NPP, they have come together. Godfrey Dame afenyo makin ekufuado ba omiamo eno masoma jimi we de bia ye pekwasiafo e wo MPP mu a de bia ye kwa santimemu ye nyakwasi abako. They just want to do what? Sabotage the system. My question to these people then say, if you have gone to court, to the Supreme Court to stop President Mahama from removing, where in this country document Ben John Mahama is removing the Chief Justice? And then if the president forwards a petition to the Council of State, does it mean the president is removing the Chief Justice? Or you already know the Chief Justice is guilty. Unless the Chief Justice is guilty, and Abakari say he wants to move it, because you need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the president's intentions is to remove the Chief Justice. Because if the president's intention is to remove the Chief Justice, the president will not follow due process. Actually, wait, Jimmy. Actually, politics and because as we speak, the action has not been taken. When the president says he's in consultation, for all you know, they have even had just one meeting. For all you know, the president has not even given the petition to the Council of State. For all you know, the Council of State has not even looked at the petition. So why do you go to Supreme Court and say the president is going to remove the Chief Justice? What you are talking about is in the future. And nobody in Ghana can tell me, a court can rule on something that has not happened. How do you rule on something that has not happened? You can only rule on an incident that has happened. And if the thing has not happened, how do you rule in the Supreme Court on that matter? We am kwasiafo. We am kwasiafo. Removing, meaning the intentions, you cannot at the end of the day justify the intentions. Even in court, you need to be able to justify intentions. For the president alone to say he has forwarded a petition or in consultation with the Council of State, it does not definitely say the president wants to remove. It does not mean say Obama shobana say. It could be say ubutu obano so baonene nae. And for you to just see say Bema butu obaso to run to ahimfia to see say we rape me we Jimmy because Bema na oda obano so no until we establish say Bema no ede ne Bema shobana say ene na da no you cannot prove say oni obana da. How do you prove President Mahama wants to remove the Chief Justice? Because whatever you are talking about here is in the future. And how is the court going to be able to rule on a future matter? And you see, this is what the Chief Justice is doing. Because out of frustration, you make a lot of fundamental mistakes you are not supposed to make. Because to me, so Busamia, the President of the Republic is protecting the Chief Justice. What if the Council of State advised the president not to take any action and that they don't see anything in the petition? What will you say? Let's say Ochna, the Council of State to write a letter to the president and say, Mr. President, you have forwarded a petition to us, or 3 petitions. We have looked through the petition. We don't see anything against the Chief Justice. So, Mr. President, take your word back. What are you going to say? Now, you are giving us the room to believe, say, the Chief Justice is guilty. You see, these are things that and you see, maybe I make a semi-natural. Just relax, Chief Justice, and let the system flow. Let the due process now respect. Let due process flow. Me call law school that. My in-laws are all lawyers. They have their law firms. My father-in-law has his own law firm. My mother-in-law has her own law firm. Me 2013, I'm sure LSAT. Law school at entrance exams, and I'm sure New York. Me metna New York 7 years. Nani pa bebre di ngure no mumba America. Me metna New York 7 years. I know every street in New York City, every corner of New York City. Yeah, we did these things. I could have entered my father-in-law's law firm and do law. I don't need it, but at least apply common sense. At least apply common sense and see, say, what we are looking at here. No, the president in Torkonoo Council of State, say they are not interested. They have looked at the whole thing and that they don't see anything there. What are you going to say? You get what I mean? This is the same Chief Justice who ruled that their birth certificate is not a proof. Say Ghana. Wasn't it the same Chief Justice? She followed due process and she ruled nicely. This is the same Chief Justice, and she will find it difficult to even explain to you. Chief Justice way committee the friends say explain to us, are you a Ghanaian? She cannot even give a straightforward explanation. This is the same Chief Justice. Is it the same person we are talking about? Is it the same Chief Justice we are talking about? A Chief Justice who cannot even define whether she is a Ghanaian or not. She is the one who ruled on that matter. Before a committee, she could not even define, are you a Ghanaian? It took her like 20 minutes to define or to explain why she's a Ghanaian or not. This is the Chief Justice we are defending here. If even they put the petition aside and call this Chief Justice in front of a committee and say, Madam Chief Justice, tell us what makes you a Ghanaian. What is she going to say? What is the Chief Justice going to say? Now, Shadia, now it's so funny, say, suddenly, shockingly, Supreme Court to hear injunction application against process to remove Chief Justice on the 2nd of April. MPP 4 the case in the court, Chief Justice, oh, Tuesday, or Monday, the same Chief Justice, we're in the team. The same Chief Justice, Assembly Father who know, we're in the team. Sir, Monday, I'm on National Mundi Mame. On the captain of the team. On the captain of the Supreme Court. Yadi Assembly Court also Monday, you be the Assembly, Tuesday, you be Assembly, or Tuesday, you Tanasi. The Chief Justice is jittery. The Chief Justice is worried. The Chief Justice doesn't know what to do. The Chief Justice is making fundamental mistakes, a young lawyer will not even make. What the Chief Justice is doing is that the Chief Justice is confused. The Chief Justice is acting guilty. The Chief Justice is all over the place. She doesn't know what to do. The Chief Justice is making politicians move her around like a puppet. The Chief Justice is acting guilty. Why is the Chief Justice so eager? Why is the Chief Justice now putting up a team, a panel to decide on her case? Why is the Chief Justice not patient enough? She is a Christian like myself. You can years with him over 2,000 years. Onya Botreka Krase committee ebetinase ebusa the question. And now Christo ni papa. Well, suddenly the Chief Justice is impatient. Suddenly, the Supreme Court today is a fast-track court. This is where corruption starts. This is how corruption starts. We bend the law to favor us. Judge question, how long has he been in the court? We have been sitting here, cases upon cases, COVID-19 cases. We are talking about anti-LGBTQ case. How long did he stay in court? Suddenly, it is our Chief Justice. In less than 3 days, we are going to court. The Chief Justice is trying to distract due process. That alone, anytime I catch him say, this Chief Justice, every single move she's making, it shows to say she is guilty of something. Because the president, to me, is trying everything possible to protect Madam Torkonoo. But Madam Torkonoo's evil deeds are killing her.
I was listening to our Lady Chair on ensuring that you have the competencies to be in the place that you are put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, you have held up. You have done well in this onslaught. And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand-waving is the legal answer, unless we want something else. But I am quite sure that Ghana as a society is not looking for Chief Justices that bend and give them something other than law. And therefore, here I am. Everyone gets the law.
The law is the law. Has the President of the Republic broken the law? No, madam. Has John Mahama broken the law? No, madam. Is John Mahama following the law? Yes, madam. So why can't you wait for the law to work? Why do you want to bend the law in your own court? Because what you are doing shows that you want to bend the law. Because the president is following due process. Why can't you wait for the president to go through the due process? Why do you want to jump the gun? Why are you now selecting judges to speak in your favor in your court? Why can't you just wait? Because an allegation is an allegation until proven guilty. Or you think you are guilty, that is why you are forcing for the allegation to know the allegation. Unless you are guilty. Because if you know you are a legitimate Chief Justice who has not gone against the law, has not used the law against people on people's fundamental rights, you have not bent the law, you have not been politicized. Why are you so eager to know the allegations? Wait. You want a green paper or a white paper? Wait, madam. The president loves you. This is one of the most democratic presidents we've ever had. John Dramani Mahama is giving you all the room. He is protecting you. Eh? John Mahama and Kotanwa and Pamo da. Do you know that? Because sir petition we buy no and John Mahama betuma I ignore a Council of State. Because you know something? The Council of State is an advisory board or an advisory body. The president can do shenanigans and ignore them and then go set up a committee and say sake. But the president says no. As we speak, the Council of State can say, Mr. President, what we are seeing, we don't think there is enough evidence to prosecute this woman. So why are you jumping? Because you know you are guilty. You don't want to use the law. Today you think you are powerful than the law. Today you think you can submerge. You think you can bend the law. But see, the Bible you preach, you need to, at the end of the day, practice what you preach. So, Madam Chief Justice, whether it's a green paper or white paper, maintain your level. Maintain, sit, cheer up. God is in control. He will decide the ultimate goal. We cannot decide for God. Let the law that is our God in Ghana, the law that took you to the Supreme Court, the law that gave you the power to sit in the Supreme Court as the biggest judge, let the law work. And now you are trying to be a 1990 Christian. You are picking which one you think will favor you. Going to court and selecting your own team to come in your favor will not change the law. Let the rule of law work. This is the first time I've seen a Chief Justice who is jittery about allegations. This is the first time I've seen a Chief Justice who says, I am a Christian, I am legitimate, I am honest, I am a leader, I am applying the law, and still scared of just a mere allegation. This is a mere allegation. Only a thief is scared of an allegation because in their head, they know their actions, they know that they have committed a crime. Our Chief Justice in Ghana, the whole world, Madam Torkonoo, is just scared of allegations. You are scared of just allegations? Now, Mamenchiro, inside the wagon, why they are doing what they are doing. The reason why right now, the Chief Justice is saying that, oh, Tuesday, yeah, case, so on one case, let me show you. The Chief Justice is panicking because Nebonia, Ebia Wedino, is hunting her. Oh, my mere two for Chief Justice. Yes, you're my mere two for the dada. Do you want a white paper or a green paper? Now, the reason why the NPP, Godfrey Dame, one of the most corrupt politicians in Ghana, Godfrey Dame, or a criminal, he's a thief. You know, there's a perjury case against Godfrey Dame. Now, after your marking, Bawumia, and the NPP leadership, the Chief Justice Assembly Court. Now, Chief Justice, on one saying the judges, now one assembly no winning. The reason why the NPP are behind this suit, and then they say, Godfrey Dame, our perjury case against him, right? Your case, Godfrey Dame, as we speak, he has purged himself. Now, say Chief Justice, sir allegations way, I am not saying sir allegations will hold. Sir allegation will hold here. The probability of Godfrey Dame being dragged to court to answer the perjury, it is 99%. Because the only person protecting Godfrey Dame from the Jakwa case caused the perjury, the only thing protecting Godfrey Dame is Madam Torkonoo. And nothing a boy in the court, Godfrey Dame is a lawyer. Because Madam Torkonoo, wakachre Almost say, so omo mani yina, omo china hona si yina, omo yina beko jail. Into the first person to suffer a casualty, or the first casualty in this matter, is Godfrey Dame. The moment there's a chief justice, a change in chief justice, somebody can go to court and seek for interpretation. Oh, Godfrey Dame actions against Jakpa case. You see, sir, they know, sir, the moment there's a new chief justice, that chief justice will not be political. He will allow the system to flow. Into the person who is likely to go to jail, Godfrey Dame. That is why you see Godfrey Dame being the lawyer for Tafu MP to take the matter to court. Because their biggest fear is that when the chief justice is removed, their shield will go away. Their only protection left now as criminals in Ghana is the chief justice. The only protection Akama MPP for, and I am not sitting here to say the chief justice is guilty or not. No, I don't know what the committee, the Council of State will come up with. The allegations, I don't know. I don't know what is in the allegations. But the only shield for MPP Akronfowe is the chief justice. Some of the judges who will be sitting on cases from now who are going to be biased, it is the chief justice who will put them on it. And it's the chief justice way by power, or catch Ghana for say, now she is the only person who appoints judges on cases because she decides which judge takes which case. First, it's a pool. And in the case, automatically the system will pick this judge. Right now, Chief Justice Madam Torkonoo points to judges. For case way. The moment Madam Torkonoo is out, that democracy now your judiciary enjoy, whereby every judge can get a case to sit on without knowing where it's coming from. No? That thing will come again, and that these people, their shield will be taken away. Into the MPP for he will go to jail. There are so many people in the MPP who know, say, well, Chief Justice Madam Torkonoo or free or pay almost show the court. She is the only body shield they have now. Now, Godfrey Dame, what will happen? And they say, oh, young man now, after your marking, my mention in some basis. Oh, young man now, after your marking, Ecofa and Yere. After your marking, ma, Deborah, ne subordinate tobacco, Echo, ne basku, Echo, after your marking, girlfriend in near JJ, and then a quarter share, man, and bananumno. You say the man went to the General Legal Council. Now, this is what is going to happen. Do you know, sir, on the General Legal Council, the Chief Justice only the biggest power on the General Legal Council. Now, if the Chief Justice is changed, maybe the new Chief Justice will come and say, Sir Adena Afro Markin, he deserved to be disbarred because he or she, Nipa will be taking over from this woman. If the allegations are proven, that person is going to be open. So Afro Markin Adena or me, I will lead that gentleman to take the matter back to the General Legal Council. And Afro Markin needs to face the law. So Afro Markin will be disbarred and he will stand trial. Because the General Legal Council that Enya Madam Torkonoo or Afro Markin are down for no, that General Legal Council will be fair. How can a whole lawyer send a subordinate to go to young kids, already 3 years school, to go with sacks to go and kidnap them? And this fool is standing in parliament, say, or a minority leader. There are so many things these people are trying to protect. And it's not court, no? Because as far as Madam Torkonoo is the Chief Justice, Afro Markin will still work as a legitimate lawyer, whilst we all know he's a criminal because he went against the ethics of the law or the ethics of his job. You see, there are so many things. And the Chief Justice is scared. Right now, the Chief Justice, who is speaking for her? Only MPP. Right now, the Chief Justice, why is she so eager to see the allegation? Because she's guilty. In her head, she's jittery. Why is the Chief Justice not allowing the law to work? I am asking a simple question. The Chief Justice is so jittery. Today, the Chief Justice wants to set up her own court, appoint her own judges, and say, set me free. It does not work in any democratic dispensation. What you are doing, Madam Torkonoo, your actions, the way you are pushing this case quickly, it shows you are guilty. I know in my heart, Senator John Mahama, he's doing everything, and today he's still doing everything to protect you. Because you see, John Mahama has always been somebody who has never wanted to use his power to intimidate anybody. But John Mahama tan Chief Justice anka sa petition we buy no anka best snobe a Council of State nanka go straight to committee. But John Mahama said no, the Chief Justice needs fair hearing. Or Ghana ni, she's occupying an office. We cannot break due process and say Chief Justice no. But the Council of State, as we speak today, can come to the president and say, Mr. President, what you gave us is not strong enough for us to give you the green light to go to set up a committee. You are good. So why are you fighting? Why is the NPP in court? Why is the Chief Justice quickly saying, I want to meet you in court and judge my own case? The Chief Justice, to me, as I speak to you, Madam Torkonoo is guilty of a crime. The president is protecting her and she's saying no. Madam Torkonoo does not need the protection of John Mahama. John Mahama is doing everything possible to protect the Chief Justice by making sure due process works. But the Chief Justice knows the crime that she has committed is a lot. How can a whole Chief Justice, the whole Ghana, our Chief Justice, she is scared of mere allegation? Really? Madam, Inti, just an allegation, you are scared. Nothing has been established against you. Nothing has been established against you. As we speak, Krampono, we don't even know whether the Council of State, they have met or not. We don't even know. Nothing has been established against you. Why are you telling MPP to come to court? Why are you behind the MPP saying they should come to court so that you can put your own judges together? What are you scared of, madam? This is mere allegation. Nothing has been established. The president is a fair man. The president is a democratic leader. The president is protecting you. You don't need it. If you don't need the protection, then tell us, do you want green paper or white paper? If you don't need the president's protection, if you don't need John Mahama's protection, then Madam Torkonoo, tell us Ghanaians, what paper do you need? Green paper or white paper? Because it looks like you are deciding what you want. You want to decide your fate. We want to help you. You don't want to be helped. And that is what I am seeing about our Chief Justice. Our Chief Justice has decided to slaughter herself. Our Chief Justice has decided to murder herself. Our Chief Justice does not want to, at the end of the day, be our Chief Justice. She is pushing herself away from her own position. John Dramani Mahama has been fair. He's a legitimate, honest leader, a leader who respects due process, a leader who respects offices and democracy, a leader who wants to protect our Chief Justice to make sure she gets a fair hearing. Our Chief Justice, on the other hand, is scared of mere allegation. Does it mean the Chief Justice is scared because she has been involved in things that she was not supposed to be involved in? Does it mean that the Chief Justice is scared of the allegations because she has committed a lot of crimes that is eating her up? The Chief Justice is scared of something, and we will get to the bottom of that. The Chief Justice of Ghana, Madam Torkonoo, you are scared. You are scared. You are scared of something. You cannot sleep. Your heart is beating. You are worried. The president is helping you. The president is making sure due process works. You are scared. Your heart is pounding. Your BP is up. 2 o'clock, you are up. You are picking phone calls. You are texting. You are receiving messages. You don't know what to do. You are deleting emails. You are so confused. You sit back. You take a sip of water. You want to recollect. Have I done something? This one wasn't right. Does someone know? Did I talk to this person? Am I sure I can trust him? I can trust this guy. You are hallucinating. You don't know what to do. You eat and you cannot swallow. Chief Justice, you are in the middle of the ocean. Do you want to drown or you want the president to help you? Chief Justice, why are you scared of just allegation? Our Chief Justice is just scared. Your heart is beating. You are scared. You are worried. Have you committed a crime? The Lord was watching you. All these years, you said you were a Christian. You had faith. You believed in God. You worked with diligence. Why are you scared, madam? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you running around like a headless chicken? Why are you calling people? Why are you telling the MPP to go to court? The process needs to work. Allow the process, madam. You say you believe in the law. You are scared. You are very scared. Have you committed a crime? Sit in your room, turn off the light, and speak to your God. Leave everything behind. The president is your Jesus to help you. Allow Jesus Christ, John Mahama, to hold your hand and take you to the land where you enjoy, where you have peace of mind. Why are you scared, madam? Your heart is pounding. Dim, dim, dim. Your BP has crossed 200. Beep, beep, beep. When you drink water, it does not go down. Bra, bra, bra. Chief Justice, Madam Torkonoo, whatever you did is haunting you tonight. You are living in a horror movie. Do you want a white paper or a green paper? I am a messenger. The messenger without a Bible or a Quran. The messenger who is ready and willing to speak truth to you, Madam Torkonoo. Let due process work. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Have a wonderful night. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. We will meet tomorrow and discuss Ghana. Cheers. Good night. Abuache. Gigim.
Yo! We're your best fishermen. No, no answer mine. Abuache. You will for Belgium,